Hi, welcome back to my channel, and this is a sound off for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So, about last episode, lunch in the park, that was a hot ass mess. Yeah. They all pissed me off in that episode. Jen is annoying. Jen is obnoxious. She's annoying. She's a lot of whatever. I think when the ladies first learned of her being arrested and all the charges, it was real easy to talk crap about her because it was just like, damn, she did all of that. How dare she? Da 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 da. Right? I think seeing Jen face to face and seeing like she's distraught, like she went through a lot, like her children had guns pulled out on them. When you learn of that, it's kind of hard to be mean to that person in their face. Like after you learn everything that you've learned and then you see her and she's not the Jen you're used to seeing, it can be really hard to be a jerk to her face. You, as a human being, you just probably couldn't do it because a lot of us are feeling bad and sympathetic towards Jen. We are. So I can understand why Mary, when she saw Jen, it was like, damn, her human side came out and was like, damn, girl, I feel bad for you, girl. I can see why she wasn't a jerk to her. The same reason why Whitney and Heather and the rest of them are being sweet to her, because it's like, damn, girl, you're going through a lot. But Whitney wanting to call it out, it was like, Whitney, girl, you just explained in the scene before that, she explained how she had to soften up to Jen as well because she felt bad. So when Mary came to the table and she was on some fake shit, I don't think she was trying to be fake. I think she just couldn't bring herself to be a jerk to that girl. She couldn't kick that woman while she was down. And I feel like that didn't need to be explained. Now, as far as the slanted eye comment that Mary made, I'm not here for it. I like Mary. Mary Cosby is the reason I watch the show. And I'm a ride for her. But I'm not going to condone this. Her saying the slanted eye comment, that was unacceptable. You're an adult. You can't say stupid shit like that. You just cannot do that. It's not okay. It's not called for. It was wrong. I don't care if you said beautiful slanted eye. You know you're not supposed to say that shit. And if you don't know, then you need to educate yourself and not argue when you are corrected. Now, I will say this. We see all of the ladies, if you ask me, all of the ladies, especially in episode 15 and tonight's episode, you can see that they're still trying to get used to the cameras and filming. They're not 100% comfortable. They still doing, you could still see the awkwardness in all the scenes. Okay. I imagine there's a lot of forced conversations. There's a lot of forced interactions. And sometimes in those moments, you don't always have the right words and you don't always say the right thing. We've all been there. We've all said something inappropriate in the moment unintentionally and it just not go right. I do feel like it was kind of an awkward moment. They was like, oh, girl, you look good with your new hair. And it's just like, you made her feel uncomfortable calling out her new wig. She felt uncomfortable. Then she made Jenny feel uncomfortable. I don't know, but it was an awkward situation for all of the people there. She said to that girl, your slanted eyes. I initially didn't feel like it was malicious, but I do feel like at some point Mary realized it wasn't the thing to say. And she rather forget saying it than actually just owning it and saying it was wrong. It was ignorant and it was insensitive and that wasn't cool. But Heather saying that the lady looked like an anime character, to me, that was just as ridiculous. You don't say that. Like, what? Who says that? Like, and it goes back to, I feel like there are in these forced environments, these forced interactions, these forced conversations, and you don't have nothing to say, shut up. But you're on reality TV, so you have to say something, and it was the wrong something to say. So Jenny meets up with her husband Dewey for lunch. She brings lunch to his office and she's like, yeah, I got to do this because he might have a sister wife hiding somewhere. So I got to come in and make sure everything is good. There's truth behind every joke. That lady in line. I will say that Jenny and Dewey seem real awkward. It seemed like they rehearsed this situation multiple times. The way that Jenny was talking, she was like, she got, it was just like, girl, this is awkward. I don't, it's, it's weird. But anyways, Jenny lets Dewey know about the comment Mary made about her eyes being slanted. And that part felt real. Dewey was like, what? Oh no, we grew up with that. We knew what that means. That wasn't okay. It wasn't called for. And I'm 100% on their side on this one. Like, Mary fucked up. She shouldn't have said that shit. Mary and Meredith meet up for lunch, and Mary still has her gripes with Jenny. And she don't like how Jenny's been acting. And she says to Meredith, you know, I kind of feel like Lisa sent her after me. And we know Lisa, she be doing she have antics. Mary might not be wrong about that, but she feels like, Lisa, you brought her to the group. You need to be responsible for her acting a fool. You need to get her together. Meredith was like, well, you know, I don't know about that. Maybe, but I do notice that Jenny has a bit of a temper on her. And she does. But Mary just wants Lisa to check her friend. Meredith's finally being honest about Lisa. She feels a way that Lisa has become really good friends with Jen in the last year, and that Lisa didn't take her side, or at least take her son's side with all the mess with Jen and the bullying and the Instagram and the Twitter and all that crap. And I mean, I get it. I think people be lying to themselves when they say, oh, you know, oh, you're being immature, you're telling your friends to choose, right? Um, that is immature. But if you've been my friend for 10, 15 years and you're buddy with someone who I feel like attacked my family, yeah, I'm gonna feel away. You just met that bitch and you know me. Your loyalty should be with me. Like, I know it's immature, but anybody would feel that way. So I'm glad she being honest, because it's like, girl, we could tell that you was mad. But as much as I agree with Meredith, I don't care. I just don't. As a viewer, I don't care about her beef with Jen, because it's just like, Jen is not even a worthy opponent right now. Jen is like down for the count. She ain't been more thinking about you, your son, Twitter, none of that shit. That girl ain't worried about y'all. I really don't care. Like, next. Lisa's son is going off to prom and she's irritating the mess out of him. I don't know how the little boy, I would have been annoyed. I would have been so annoyed if I was him. But whatever, nothing really to see there. Heather stops by Whitney's and she's helping her get things together for this relaunch. And Whitney is besides herself. She's stressed out and she got a lot of things going on. You know, she done bet her families all their money, their life savings, on this skincare line. This skincare line better make her some money. It's funny how Whitney is so stressed about her business and her relaunch and her rebrand or what have you. But she always got enough time to get into Jen's business and to get into Mary's business. So Heather and Whitney get to talking again about Mary and maybe her possible involvement with what's going on with Jen. Is she really God? Did she make this happen? Because, you know, she said, if you come after my church, I'm going to send God after you. You know, did she make this happen or what? And, you know, Scooby-Doo was on the case. Scooby-Doo was like, you know, they both weren't there. Mary and Meredith both weren't there when the feds showed up. And Heather is like, I was maybe thinking that Mary didn't want to come because Meredith wasn't going to be there because, you know, they buddies now. But maybe Meredith told her, gave her a heads up. And it's just like, y'all messy. Y'all was my faves last year. Y'all are so messy this year. I don't know how I feel about it. I really don't know. I don't know, but I got my good eyes on both of you. So back at Jen's house, her mom stops by. So I finally watched the Hulu special on Jen Shah. And I don't know. I feel like it's really possible that Jen was not fully aware of what she was doing. It still happened and she got to face that, but I don't think she was this evil woman that specifically targeted these old people to steal their money. I don't know. It didn't change my mind about how I felt. I think the difference between Jen Shaw and Erica Girardi Jane, whatever, um, Jen is coming off real. She's coming off sincere. Like, she's remorseful. She's sad. She's devastated. We're watching real emotions with Jen Shaw. Whereas with Erica, we already know nothing is going to happen to her. And she came on the show on Beverly Hills using that platform to defend her husband's bullshit. Like, oh, he doesn't know and he has dementia. Whereas Jen is like, look, I'm not sure how this is going on. Like, she's remorseful. She's sad. We're seeing this lady like she's going to be punished in some type of way. Whereas Erica, girl, nothing happened to you. People ask you some questions. Nothing is going to happen to Erica. And it's looking like her and her husband are both going to get away with the bullshit. So, yeah. With Jen, I'm sorry. I feel bad for her. I just can't help it. Like, as much as I didn't like her, after watching the documentary, I'm not sold. Jen and her mom are making these hygiene care packages for, I guess, the homeless or the needy. I don't know, but they're doing this, I guess, to take their mind off or whatever. And they're having the discussion, and pretty much these legal fees are adding up, and that's what's really stressing Jen out right now. She feels terrible because she's taking her mom's pension. Her mom was like, girl, I might have to come and move in here. I hope y'all got a room for me. And it's just like, yeah, this is kind of sad. This is sad. And I'm wondering, like, all the people that she spent money on and that she was helping, like, are they going to help her? See, this is a lesson for a lot of people to see. They all there when everything is good. When things start to go bad, people start to get missing. I'm going to need the family to step it up, though. I'm going to need the ones that she's helped. I'm going to need them to reciprocate. So it's the day of Whitney's party, and Jenny got her boots that Mary gave her. She got them and told her she's ready to return them. I don't know if she thought this was her bunny moment. If this was her Kim Richards bunny moment. I don't know. Ciao. So Jenny gathers the ladies and she calls a meeting in a back room because she got some things to get off her chest. And she pretty much just lets Mary know, like, girl, you know, you offended me the other day when you mentioned my beautiful slanted eyes. And I agree with Jenny. I totally agree with her speaking up for herself. I agree with her for sure, 100%. But it was just odd. It's like you called all the ladies together to confront her. It was like, did you have to do it like that? Look, okay, whatever. Your method is your method. Your way is your way. I really wish that Mary would have just said, you know what? I apologize. It was not my intention. So that could have just been deaded right there. But of course, Mary got to be awkward and weird and like, oh, I said that? I don't remember saying that. But oh, if I said that, I mean, and she's making all these excuses. And then she asks this group, where majority of the women are white women, if they thought it was offensive. Mary, I know you lying. Are you serious? You really asked some white women if they were offended by a slanted eye comment? You asked these white women that? And then Meredith, she's a fucking hypocrite because Meredith jumps up and was like, you know, I wouldn't have said that, but I don't know if I would say it's offensive. It's not for you to say if it's offensive. You can't say it is or it isn't because you weren't the party that was offended. That really pissed me off. And I don't like that Mary did that. And I'll be rooting for you, Mary. You know you my girl. But I didn't like that. You a grown-ass woman. If someone says you said something that offended me, you apologize. You don't argue with them if it's offensive or not. Your intention may not have ever been to offend her, but you offended her. Just apologize. Now, see, I was with Jenny as far as the slanted eye remark. That was offensive. And let Mary know, like, girl, don't say that shit to me. That was not okay. That was all good. Where she lost me was with the gift. If you want to return the gift, girl, return the gift. Give her back her gift. Say, you know, I don't need these. I think I feel more comfortable giving you back your gift. Whatever you want to say. But she started talking about, and the gift, you also insulted me by giving me a used gift, a re-gift. That gift was not meant for me. And I felt like, You don't want the gift, give her back the gift. That's fine. But it was kind of like, I don't know if she was expecting everyone to be like, you know, to jump on Mary's back for a ride. I don't know what her intention was, but it was like, girl, if you don't want the gift, give it back. That's when she started to lose me. I was just like, okay, now you're really looking for a moment. Now, I thought you might have been looking for a moment, but now I know. Now I know that you're looking for a moment because she gave you, the shoes were brand new. You accepted them. You said you liked them. Everything was good. Now, after she said what she said about your eyes, I can understand if you no longer feel comfortable and you want to return her gift. But all this, it was used, girl. Give her back the gift and so we can move on. But of course, we can't do that. So she was like, well, they asked her in her confessionals, well, what are you talking about? Lisa told her that the gift was intended for Jen and she gave it to Jenny. So Jenny doesn't want them no more. Jenny was like, girl, Jen Shaw was like, I'll take them. Because we know she ain't going to be buying too many. Well, let me not say that. Let me not say that. Never mind. But Jen takes the gift and she's like, shoot, I ain't turning down no Louboutins. And I'm like, girl, I ain't mad at you, girl. Now, Whitney and Lisa, you know, they the most thirstiest of the season, man. They can't let an opportunity pass them by. And Whitney chimes in and she was like, Mary, I'd like to understand why you think that you could say something like that. Like, why would you say something like that? Whitney, shut up. Whitney, shut the fuck up. Because your cousin right behind her said that woman looked like an anime character and you didn't have no words for your cousin. So you shut up. Zip it. We want to hear from you. Meredith also wanted her moment and she chimes in and she's like, you know, I didn't feel like you guys were being a good friend to Jen and I can't be a good friend to Jen, but I don't want to see you guys shading her. And I didn't understand what that was about. I got what she meant at the lunch when she was like, y'all are all just doing too much. Okay. But you are mad that you're even at the same event as Jen. So I'm really confused by what Meredith's stance here is like, girl, you just wanted a moment too. Jen is like, why can't you be my friend? Because in Jen's mind, they deaded the issue. She don't realize that Meredith still is not fooling with her. But I guess she's starting to realize it. I don't know. Lisa chimes in and Lisa's like, well, what are you trying to say? Who's the one being a bad friend to Jen? Because you said this many a times. What are you implying? What are you saying? They swing the conversation back to Mary and her being inappropriate. And it's just like, damn, everybody's on her back for a ride. Everybody's looking for a moment. It's just getting chaotic. Lisa brings up the comment that Mary made about Mexican thugs. Another situation where Mary, girl. Mary says she didn't say that. That's not in her vocabulary. She doesn't speak like that. You got her confused. It was not her. It was not her. But of course, they roll that footage because you know if Bravo do anything, Bravo gonna roll that footage. And they did. And she did. She said that shit. And who Mary, girl? Mary, I can't co-sign your foolishness now. I can't co-sign this. Girl, you need to, girl, I need you to do something different next season. Because this, no, no ma'am. No ma'am. Mary and Meredith, they disengage. They leave the room. And they're like, no, don't leave. And it's just kind of like, shit, I would leave too, to be very honest. Because y'all just like, come on, what is this? Like, what is this? Lisa comes out there and she wants to have a conversation. Heather turns to Lisa and says, oh, you can't let Mary break up you and Meredith's friendship. Heather, what was that about? Okay, now, Heather, I'm about to start looking at you sideways for real. What was that? So Lisa was like, really? Yeah, she was just trying to do that. Jenny's saying in her confessionals, pretty much she don't like the fact that Meredith has Mary's back. Now, I didn't like that Meredith opened her mouth and said that she didn't know if it was offensive or not. I feel like she should have kept her mouth closed. But you can't be mad that Mary has some type of support. You have your girl, Lisa. Everybody has their friend. You don't get to decide for Mary. Like, you don't, who the hell, you just got here, bitch. You don't make no rules. If Meredith want to have her friends back, that's how it's going to be. But anyways, Lisa goes after Meredith and says, I would like to have a word with you. And Meredith is like, girl, not today. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm good on you. Real life, Meredith is mad, bitch, because you didn't have her son's back. You didn't have her back. You sided with the ops. So she ain't really fooling with you. And she's been trying to be diplomatic and she's been trying to hide her feelings, but I guess them feelings, they out. She feel how she feel. You just gonna have to accept that, Lisa. So Lisa tries her luck with Mary. Since Meredith won't give her the time of day, she goes after Mary and she's like, we need to talk, we need to talk. And Mary's like, girl, we don't need to, I don't need to do a damn thing. Mary lets Lisa know, like, girl, you two-faced. Like, I ain't here for none of this. Like, girl, bye. And I'm with Mary on that because I know a lot of times people who are good with their words tend to gaslight others just because the other person may not be well equipped, they may not be articulate enough to express themselves, doesn't make it right. Mary says and does things that's not cool, but Lisa, you've been on some real janky stuff. So I was really glad that she told her to, like, you two-faced. Girl, move around. I ain't really feeling you. And Lisa is like, I'm gonna work on that. She was like, nah, girl, if I said something that you didn't like, you should have told me instead of participating in this pylon. And I'm with Mary on that too. Like, bitch, if I said something, call me the fuck out. Don't wait. Don't have me walking around here looking dumb and then you call me out and embarrass me later. No, bitch. I was happy that she told her that because that was a real situation. Mary was dead ass wrong. But she should have told her in the moment, like, girl, you can't say that. They both agreed to do better. Well, they both agree that Lisa is going to do better and she's going to call her out in a moment. Meanwhile, Whitney Rose, she over there giving her speech to her party and she's excited. I know she's excited because there was some big mess that just took place and she's thanking everyone who's helped her. And I'm not a hater. I really hope her business does well, especially after we done learned that you done depleted the kids' money, girl. Yeah, you better make their money back. I hope she not scamming her husband and she trying to leave. I really hope that's not what you doing, Whitney Rose, girl. But anyways, that's my sound off. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.